Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching day 20 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. Welcome to day 20 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have over 100 samples in my sample collection and my wife has picked 24 at random. She'll put one a day into a blue Glencairn glass and I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. This is just for fun, so sometimes I get it right and sometimes I get it wrong. Should we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so immediately I'm thinking this is a sherry whiskey. There's lots of caramel fudge, lots of toffee. There's some red fruits in there as well. Lovely and sweet. Getting a hint of charred oak. Also, that caramel's a little bit like salted caramel. Really nice. I'm getting some cereal like oats, like oat cakes. Very nice, but I'm not getting much more at this stage. I think this is most likely sherried at this stage. There's a slight sort of tannin note, slightly drying on the nostrils. Yeah, reminding me of like a dry red wine. Let's move on to the palate. Yeah, this is definitely heavily sherry matured for certain. It's quite sweet but also quite drying. It's sort of sucking my cheeks in, and yeah, the sherry or fortified wine or whatever it's been aged in is quite present. There's also a really noticeable like malted barley note, a little bit of charred oak as well. But yeah, nice and slightly Christmassy at this stage. Let's have another sip. Yeah, I'm getting some dark chocolate. I'm getting a hint of coffee. Those red fruits and sort of soaked dark fruits reminding me of like raisins, sultanas, figs. I'm also getting a hint of cranberries and the sort of dryness you get with that. ABV wise, I think this is probably 46 to 50. There's a little bit of heat and a little bit of chili pepper, but yeah, the cask maturation is definitely the dominant factor in the palate. Let's have one final sip. This definitely seems familiar. The underlying character of this whiskey seems familiar, but it's really difficult because you know when you're trying to make a connection, you try to remember something and it just isn't coming to the fore. There's something in my brain telling me that this is familiar, but there's something in my brain not telling me the answer. So I think this is a Scotch whisky. I think it's probably double digits. I think it's possibly a Highland whisky, but possibly also a Speyside. I think this is going to be from a distillery I'm familiar with, but for whatever reason, I think the maturation has sort of muddied it ever so slightly. But let's go for something like Glendronach, or maybe even something like, I don't know, there's something in this whiskey that's making me think it might also be a newer distillery, but I don't know, maybe there's something that's making me think this could be from Arran, but no, I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with Glendronach. Shall we find out what's in my glass? Right, so it's the Fisherman's Retreat Edition number 12. It's 50% ABV. And it was a whiskey I bought as part of a tasting pack that I never got to take part in. Yeah, so if I remember rightly, edition number 12 is from the Glasgow distillery. It's 4 years old and was aged in Sancerre wine casks. So yeah, age-wise, I got it wrong. ABV, I think I was about right. Distillery, I definitely wasn't right. And yeah, I thought this was probably more likely a sherry. But yeah, maybe, you know, the name I was trying to pull out was Glasgow, but I won't kid you, I don't think it was. Now I know what it is. That definitely wasn't in the back of my mind. So yeah, this is really interesting whiskey. It definitely tastes older than it is, and it's definitely a whiskey that I think I'm going to enjoy the rest of the dram off camera. If you've tried this or any whiskies from this type of wine cask, then let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if not, hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow for day 21. Stauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.